I'm Kevin with Spaceman, and today we're going to assemble an air pump. We're taking this from the point after you would have sanitized, and when you have the sanitizer in here and you're running it on wash for 5 minutes, you would have these pieces in the sanitizer to sanitize. And this table would also need to be sanitized to hold the pieces as we assemble it. So we have a theme with, throughout the air pump where we have these twist locks. We have a pin here. On the housing, we have a lock. Lubricate the shaft. Push this all the way back. It's a little bit hard to push back. Some of them can be very tough, and then twist it and it will lock into place. You can't pull it forward. And we have two gears. One of them goes on the drive shaft. The other one is kind of to the side of it. Both of these gears need to be wet while they're assembled. I'm not going to wet them. I'm going to show you what happens if they don't, and then we're going to kind of fix it because we get some calls with that sort of problem. So we get, there we go, get it all lined up. Gasket, a little bit of lubrication is okay on this piece, doesn't need a lot, it's not a moving piece. And then we're going to move to the front. The front, we need to assemble this a little bit, so let's come down here. This guy gets an O-ring. This is the piece that sucks our product up from the hopper. Make sure that you lubricate this O-ring well. And then the spring won't sit in here very well, so we'll just kind of hold that with our thumb. Pop this off there. There we go. And then this all goes into here. Now, again, we have a pin and whoop, a little cutout. Can you see that? And that's going to go on the pin, and then we're going to twist it to lock it. So on, match them up, all the way on, twist to lock. Now when we're on there, counterclockwise, you're going to get more air in your product. That's going to be fluffier, lighter, will stand up taller. The other way is thicker, richer, the opposite. This is ready to go on. Hand screws, both of these are the same. Don't go fully on tight with one, just go until it stops. There we go. And then get this one on here. We don't want to go too much with one than the other because we can get this at an angle and it won't be airtight and it just won't work. And a little back and forth. There we go. Now assembling the two. Out of these two black O-rings, we have a little bit larger one. Right here. A little bit of lubrication. Out of these guys, we have a little bit taller one. This one gets the check valve. The check valve is basically one-way valve. When the product in the air comes out of the air pump down into the cylinder, this is going to stop it from going back, so it's always under pressure. If you're losing pressure, this check valve has gone bad. It needs to be replaced. Not a lot of people know this. There's a little O-ring. Goes on there. Make sure you take this off and clean underneath there. It can get very dirty. Pops in and it will snap into place. Then one more O-ring on there. A little bit of lubrication here. And they screw together. This is the shorter piece. Now these two O-rings, you can barely tell the difference. One's a little bit larger. It's actually the same O-ring that goes there, goes on the outside. The littler one, and this one's tricky to get in, push it in the top and get a little piece of it in there. Take your pick and very gently, alright, made it look easy. And it just pops into place. A little bit of lubrication, a little bit of lubrication. another one of these twist blocks. This time, this cutoff is going to match up with this pin, and then we're going to twist it. So I'll show you that. Put it on. Now push this piece back onto there. And this can be a little tricky getting these on. There is a left and a right tube. The air pumps, this whole assembly stays the same. Put it on and just wiggle it in. Oh, down. And now pull this tube back and push this piece forward. There. Twist to lock. Now this piece can't come out, can't go up, can't go out. This is good because there's going to be pressure here, so you want to make sure that you get those tight. Now, you guys will have sanitizer still in here, and you'll need to prime the machine. So that's how it goes together. To get the sanitizer out and to prime the machine, you can set this here. We're going to mimic sanitizer. This is just water, and it's not the full sanitizing procedure. That's in another video that we have. Just throw a little bit in there. Okay, and where we leave you with the sanitizing video is that you pull it all out on wash. So we'll do that really quick. And now we're at this point where there's still a little bit of sanitizer in the hopper, there's still a little bit of sanitizer in here, and we want to flush it out. Take some product, pour it in nice and slow, not too much, and hold the handle down. Let's see what we get. Just wait now. It'll start to come out. There we go. So we're getting a little bit of water out the front. It's going to turn into product as the product pushes all the water out. There we go, we're starting to turn into product. We'll let it go a little bit longer. It's worth it to get the sanitizer out. A little bit more product in. Good, we're getting good thick product out there. So we'll lift the handle up, lift the prime plug up, pour in the rest of our product. It's going to start to come out the prime plug. Just wait, make sure that you're not on wash for this. There you go, you heard it start there, and it's starting to come out thick. Push that down. Now before we install this tube, we want to make sure that this is also as primed, which it's not right now. And if it is, product will come squirting out here when I put it on wash. Nothing. Take a cup, scoop up some product, pour the product down the hole. Again, this isn't as ideal as if we assemble it with just the sanitizer still on there. It's still a little bit wet. But if you're in a pinch, and let's just hope that this works my first time. I got a lot of product that I'm using right now, and I'm just holding it up there, just praying that it will get into the, into the gears and start it. Let's see what we get. Oh, hey, that's how you do it. Now again, we're on more product. If we move this, you can hear that extra air. More product. Press stop. Find the bottom. Again, we want to drop it down kind of in place. Wiggle it in. Pull and push. Lock it. Nice solid connection. Now at this point, the cylinder is under pressure. If I was to just go and remove this, it would spray yogurt all over the ceiling. And if I go and pull this handle, it's going to release the pressure out into the bucket. Let's pressurize it a little bit. See if we can get a nice good example of what happens here. And keep in mind, if it's frozen, it won't do this. But if it's liquid, it's going to come flying out. So you don't want to do that all over a cup. Always make sure that you release the pressure anytime that you're checking, unless you know that the product is frozen. And that's the assembly of an air pump. That's how they work.